Says we're live here. Let me check and see what's going on over on YouTube.
Hasn't come up yet, but it will soon, I'm sure.
Says we're waiting.
Seems like we're always waiting.
Okay. Well, good morning, Shel.
Good morning.
I don't know if anybody else is going to be able to join us, but good morning to you.
Peggy, Cindy, and Marie are here. So there are people who
My screen still says waiting.
There are people who have noticed that we're not on Thursday today.
Yeah, it says for watching, but I'm not getting anything over there. But evidently somebody's getting something.
Oh, they came up on this screen too. So.
Yeah, but it's not coming up on my phone. So I'll just turn my phone off. How's that?
Sounds like a good plan.
Anyway, good morning, friends. We got Peggy and Cindy and Marie and Andrea and Shel in the house.
Yeah.
And we're just having a play day.
Yeah.
Hi, Tink. Looks like Shel's already busy with her paints and her gel press. Hi, Jody.
Oh, apparently I bumped my thing. I had this all set up and then I couldn't get my other camera to work.
Yeah.
And now I bumped all of it and made it all messed up as usual, huh? And this other one's upside down, so I'm gonna have to flip. The video after the fact because it's like literally filming upside down. If you can imagine that.
Hi, Paula. Yeah, I am. First thing I'm doing this morning is I'm mixing up some paint. I wanted to do some more transparent paints. So what I do is I'll take a little bit of varnish or matte medium and mix it in with some paint so that, you know, when you're layering, you can start to see the layers underneath. So that's what I have here. You can see I've got several bottles going. This is a varnish with some blue gray in it. This is a varnish with some burnt sienna. This is a matte gel with some Naples yellow. And I'm going to grab some more paint.
Sounds like a good plan. I am messing around with a couple different things. Obviously, ink today. I've got some Japanese ink out and Japanese brushes, and I've got some rice paper. And then I also was messing around with this Zinc Ice, this glaze made in France by Altadine, however you say that. Apparently, this ink.
Well, that's something that's pretty transparent too. I guess we're both on the transparent track today.
Well, I was just trying some different things. I just wanted to mess around and see what I could get. And I was wondering what this transparent glaze would do. As you can see, it does weird stuff.
Yeah.
I guess I let it dry too long, maybe. But anyway, that made an interesting, very organic print. And there's still some on there that I can pick up with another color. My poor dog is like, why are you dropping everything on the floor? You're scaring me.
No. Poor Nika. So ready for spring, you betcha, Peggy. I am so ready. After shoveling all that snow last week. Oh, brother.
I also have some new paints and new colors that are from Amsterdam Expert that I was going to play with today. Let's try this color. It's an interesting color.
I'm feeling like I wanted very muted colors today. I'm in a more muted tone feeling. So I'm going to mix up things that are muted and are going to layer. This one is getting towards the bottom of the bottle. I hope I can get enough out of here. This is a cobalt turquoise hue, which is a gorgeous color.
So something interesting about rice paper, it has a rough side and a smooth side. And I'm using the smooth side today, I think. And I just cut these sheets in half. These are rice paper from Daiso company in Japan. This is the smooth side, and this is the rough side, which you probably can't see on video, the difference. I had different weird ideas to try today, just different weird stuff. So we'll see how far I get. Okay, that's lifting it up.
Yeah, well, speaking of different weird stuff, I was also thinking about some watercolor today. So one of the bottles that I'm filling up, I'm putting some dish soap into. I'm just getting, you know, my Myers out and getting a bottle of dish soap to keep down here in the craft room for when I want to use a watercolor on my gel press.
That's funny because here's my dish soap. It's weird. We don't talk about the stuff beforehand.
Nope.
We just said we're going to gel print. That's all the further we got. That's an interesting one too. Look at that.
Isn't that, you know, it's honestly, you know, it's like the colors. We have no idea what the other person is going to pick for colors and things. And every month it's like, how did we get on the same track here? It's like strange.
Especially because the pick-a-stick challenge is random.
Yeah, pick a stick and the mood board and all of that. We have no idea. Before we send it to each other, we have no idea what the other person is doing. And 9 times out of 10,
mood board, I picked random colors out of a big bucket. How did your mood board come out with the same colors as the colors I picked?
I know.
How could that even happen?
It just is unreal.
It's weird. It's one thing if maybe it's seasonal and we're both thinking about the same colors or whatever. Like, you know, maybe we're thinking pink because, or red because the
Holiday or something, yeah.
holiday or something. But when it's completely, utterly random, and I promise it is random. I don't choose. If I did, I would choose other stuff. Trust me.
I know. Let's see, this is varnish.
Goopy mess there. That's not cool.
And
I guess that ink wasn't all the way dry, and now it's making a big goopy mess. I suppose that ink probably takes a long time to dry. I'll bet. Let's just go for some regular paper.
yeah, I finished off that one. Let's see. What else do I want to use? I want to do a red. Some form of
Debbie and Jane and Terry, Laura, Andrea, or Andrea.
Hi, yeah, we still got people coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, Debbie, I guess Friday must be a better day for you. We weren't intending to do Friday, but then Peg had an opportunity to get the shot.
Yep, I sure did. And I wasn't going to miss it because let me tell you, it is really hard to get the vaccine.
Yeah, it's really hard. I have been trying. I've worked really hard to get it for the 2 elderly people that live here.
Yeah.
And just jumping through the hoops of trying to get an appointment is unbelievably painful.
Yep.
They're not making it easy.
I was very fortunate. I had to drive. I spent 4 hours on the road driving, and in 3 weeks I will spend another 4 hours on the road driving. But I will be inoculated, and I won't be transmitting the disease to my husband, so I'll feel a lot better about that.
Was he able to get one?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, and his health is precarious. First, we're going to see how it goes for me. I've heard mixed results, and I don't want him to have any kind of reaction.
Mine was told no, so he
Well,
can't get it. And neither
mine
can I because I'm too young.
mine can definitely get it. He's definitely not too young. He's within the age group and with his health condition, but I'm afraid with his health condition that, other things may come into play. So
Yeah, and that's
I'm
what
getting,
happened with mine. He's
and
not
then
allowed to get it because of his health.
I can be the example for him, so that he knows
All right.
whether or not it's an all clear. So I
Well,
guess I don't
we
need a
haven't
new
had any
bottle
side
for that one.
effects. They got their first one a couple, probably maybe 7 days ago or something. Maybe not quite that many, but they haven't had any side effects except for maybe just a little soreness in the arm, briefly, just like any
Yeah.
other vaccination.
Well, I can tell you, I've had the first one. It kind of feels like somebody punched me in the arm,
Yeah.
but that's about the extent of the first one. My son, who has had COVID and has had the second shot now, got sick. He was running a temperature of 101 and was nauseous, but it's still only like flu symptoms, and that's a lot better than dying from a disease. So that's our results I can report. So I'll put up with that. One day of, flu symptoms versus dying from a disease.
My old people didn't get sick, but they don't have their other shot for another couple weeks.
Yeah.
But they had no side effects whatsoever, except for just a little. My mom said her arm was sore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I got. I just kind of felt like somebody punched me in the arm, and I was fine.
Yeah. The shingles shot that I got was way worse than that.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like, I was like sore for a week from that.
Yeah.
And I still have to get my second one.
Yeah, I've had that. I had the pneumonia. I had the regular flu shot. I inoculate for everything.
Yeah. So I decided to try to make some multi-layer prints without a brayer. Maybe just using a brayer at the end, maybe. I wanted to try that. I can make marks and all kinds of weird stuff without using a brayer. This is an old key card that I cut up. And I've got some different scrapers and paint applicators and things like that. Figured I'd try maybe a gray and yellow scheme. Since we still are in January, as far as I know.
Yep.
We're still doing gray and yellow. I can't remember what the new colors are for next month because I picked them and forgot them. But
well, they'll be coming out really soon. And let me tell you, we picked colors very similar again. So it'll be interesting. Okay, so here's the colors that I've made out of the varnish and fluid medium. So I've got kind of a full range that I can mix together here. I don't have a green. I could do a green yet, but I'm going to start working with these. So, and I have these are some masks that I just hand cut out of some plastic. You can just take a piece of plastic and your scissors and make your own. Got my plate here, and I also have, this is vintage faux parchment paper. So it comes already looking, I know some of you guys make your own tea-dyed stuff and all that, but I did the lazy way. I got mine pre-done. into parchment form. So I'm going to use some of that. I'm probably going to use some of my craft, because you know me, I like my craft paper, and I'll use just some regular office printing paper.
Peggy would like to know what varnish you use and what is the ratio of.
It was called, I did not measure anything. I dumped some varnish into a bottle, and I added whatever. I mean, this is cobalt turquoise hue. There was probably about that much varnish in there, and then I added I don't know, teaspoon or so of the hue to that. Now, when I print this, let's see, let's just do a test, because what I wanted was something a little bit transparent. So when I print this, let me just get you can see it's very translucent on the plate. And when I roll it onto a piece of craft, you can see that that also is translucent. You're seeing the color come through from the back side. But if I get let me just grab a stencil here. Any stencil will do. I want something that's got a little bit of texture to it. So if I take let's take this Tim Holtz stencil, and I'll pull a print on this same craft with that translucent paint and varnish. Yeah, I'm not one to measure stuff. I just, you know, when it looks right to me, okay? So you can see this is what I'm getting through the stencil. I've still got some of that on my plate. I'm going to clean my stencil because that's varnish, you know, it's varnish. So I'm going to kind of rub that off a little bit. I don't want to build up those layers too much. And then I'm going to add, let's add another color to that. Let's try this. Now this is a very opaque paint. And this is a heavier body than the fluids that we used before. So let's get a little bit of this down. And this is with the matte gel. But it still should be relatively transparent. So let's, didn't do a very good job of rolling here, getting my lines. So let's print that.
So far, this time it was kind of only half dry. I'm trying to not use a brayer. That's the reason I did it that way. But I think I'm going to probably make these into layered pieces. And she wants to know why you're using varnish. Yeah, this one is mostly dry though.
Because I want it to be transparent.
So she's changing her paint from opaque to transparent by thinning it down with varnish.
Right, I'm thinning it out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
I wasn't paying good enough attention.
I wasn't paying attention either because I was printing. Well, and you know, there's stuff on the plate, so I wanna be able to pull those layers and be able to see through the layers.
I need to move.
You know how it is when you layer things up and you want them to overlap and be able to see through things.
I want to clean this plate.
So you can see I put this yellow down, but it's transparent enough that you can still see that blue hue underneath. So you're getting the layering. So if I come back with another color, which I've thinned out,
Yes, I thought that was two pieces. Come apart. Pesky little things.
and let's grab a different stencil maybe. Grab a different stencil.
Making kind of a mess.
And let's put our print on that.
And what are we doing over here? Let's make some more marks.
And even though that color is there, you can see through the layers and see what's underneath. So if I come back with this one, and I'm just using what I have. You know, there's I was not being specific about whether I used the varnish or whether I used the matte gel, because these are things that are being trapped between layers. And one of the reasons I want something that's going to trap between layers is if I want to use watercolor on here, that's very translucent. So you want something that's going to trap that layer. And I don't know if I can take a photograph, and maybe it might be better.
This is weird.
So can you see the layers in there? Can you see how they're layering up? I'll put this over in the group. Oh, groups.
The ink squished too much. These are all experiments, so that one's interesting. So I picked up the whole layer on that one with gray, so there was some leftover yellow, and then I could just take my little ink if I wanted to, and another small brush of some sort, and I could paint the ink directly on if I wanted to. Highlight some of that instead of painting it onto the plate like I did.
So I added a picture in the group just so you guys have a reference so you can see the layering. You know me. It's all fun and experimentation.
Yep. The thing we never do, or very rarely do, is make a plan.
Try.
Like, I could have tried some of these techniques before the show started.
Yeah, we always say we're going to do stuff and then we just do it on the live. This is how you guys learn from our mistakes.
Yeah. But that's pretty fun though. We got the gray and yellow thing going on.
Yeah.
With some mark making, which is less blobby than this one that I made by painting the ink onto the plate. It turned out quite blobby. And this is ink, Japanese ink. And I did have Japanese brushes, but now I've just got a regular watercolor brush. Just trying to get some interesting stuff going there. But anyway, the ones I started out with, I used that copper translucent ink from Seth Apter and painted onto the plate on top of it and picked it up. This one's actually very interesting. That's a second lift. This one was the first one. So deciding how long to let it dry and all that is still in progress.
Yeah. So I'm just putting my first layer on this particular print. I've got this Stencil Girl stencil, and it's Frida. And I wanted to do,
you want to come up,
something with Frida here. And I've got, what did I do with this? Okay, I've got, this is just some tape, like drywall type tape. Just adding a little bit of texture and stuff into the background.
Clean that up. Let's try some of my new colors. Maybe I'll make a multi-layered print. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. Just thought I would get this paint off here. I have my 5x7 new plate and my 6x6 really old plate. You can see when they're side by side that they do yellow over time. That's the color of the plate. It's not paint on there or anything. In case you were wondering if that was normal. I think it's normal. So that's the rest of that stuff that was on there, and that's an interesting run print too. So you just never know. You never know.
Never know.
And
I'm
here's
just
another
going
one.
to use
Anyway, playing with green and yellow.
two different colors here.
Let's layer some more of this ice. Start out with a little bit of that. And make some colors here and there. I have different colors of it and I never even use them. This is a completely translucent. He calls it glaze. These were, I got these from Seth Apter's shop on his website. And it is, as you can see, very translucent. it will just give like a hint of color over the top of something else. So let's start with that. And then we'll layer some other stuff on top of it and see what we get. Need some roll-off paper. So although it's hard to see on the plate, you can see when I roll it off that it's a translucent glaze. Kind of sticky, weird. It's a little bit weird. Sorry, Seth, but it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fun when you do it with a scraper tool, though. That makes an interesting mark. I was just trying to get it off, but that'd be something interesting on a collage. Okay, then we'll try some less translucent paint. Maybe some green iridescent on top of that. Actually, this stuff is pretty translucent now that I think about it. I know you guys can't see all the way across what I'm doing here. And it behaves rather strangely on top of the glaze. Kind of like it wants to slide a little bit.
It's really kind of hard to get everything in on a gel plate on the screen.
Well, that's why I used my small ones, because I thought I would have a better chance with the small ones. And maybe some of this color. Let's get some more colors going here. This is a shimmery paint also. This is a PDO iridescent. So we're getting some lines on there. And let's make some more marks. Let's use some circular marks. This is just the lid of a container, something that's on my desk. Okay, and over the top of that, let's make some more. So let's put some more opaque paint. We got a new green color. This color, it's different. Chromium oxide green. It's one of my new ones.
I didn't get that on very straight.
Philly, who wants to? Oh, that's a pretty color. It's kind of a khaki. Anyone ever wondered what chromium oxide green looks like? I'm sure you were all dying to know.
Yeah. Well, that didn't pull very well, but I like the, I'm just going to have to stencil her right over the top of something, looks like. I was hoping that I could get her to transfer, but she did not.
How rude.
But one of the things with this mixture of stuff that I made here, if I'm working with these colors and I want them to come together, now that I've made my translucent mixture, I can take a brush, where my brushes are, and I can blend blend that in over the top and seal things. So like if I've got watercolor, that one must not be shaken. Color is not coming through. All right, we're going to add a little more color to that. If I can get to the bottom of my bottle. There we go. And it's going to unify that background more. Get my rag. And I'm going to actually put some more color into this one. Because you asked about ratio, well, I don't think there's enough. Don't think there's enough in this one. So I'm going to add some more color to it. If I can get it to flow. But because it's translucent, you can see what's underneath. Anyway, that's the idea. So, I think I will pull what's left on the plate here.
Sounds lovely, Ingrid. She said that she just came home from a Thai dinner with friends. There's a snowstorm outside and fire in the fireplace and a glass of wine.
Oh, perfect.
And her favorite live show. That's us. Oh, that's fun.
Okay, so there's still stuff here. I'm going to pick it up with this translucent mixture. If I can find my brayer in this pile of stuff.
I'm telling you, this glaze stuff is weird. It kind of peels off the rice paper. So I don't know, but those are pretty colors. I'm going to pick up the rest with white or black or white. I don't know. White. Maybe one with light blue.
So here I just used a little bit of that glaze mixture right over the top of that first print that we pulled.
And one with this color.
Let's see if we can get this to pull. Waiting for the paint to transfer.
Moving.
So I kind of wait a little bit. So this one isn't totally ruined. It's just not real happy with the stenciling part of it. So I'll have to redo that. But I do like the part down here that's got like the shape of the mask that I had made. So that's kind of cool. And there's another one over here. That's something.
It wasn't an eraser. It was pieces of plastic. I didn't use any erasers. And I used some scraping tools. Pieces of plastic. can kind of spread the color with it to make patches of color.
So can you guys see how you see the color through the mixture with the varnish? You still have all this color in the background, but I've got this other layer on top now. That's kind of what I was shooting for. So let's see. I got these. I wonder what I did to them. I've got these watercolor that I haven't had out of the tin yet, and they're very nature neutral kind of colors.
Okay, I also wanted to play. I was wondering. I'm going to put a little bit of dish soap on here first, because it's like a if you're using something fluid on your plate, it wants to bead up, right? So if you put the dish soap on, it makes it smooth out. There's a word for it. I'm trying to think of it. Geez, it'll come to me later, I suppose. The detergent has something in it that's
degreaser.
It's not, I don't know if that's it. Something. Geez. It'll come to me. I know it will. I wanted to use some of these acrylic inks on here. Wanted to see if I could make marks or do anything interesting with acrylic ink. Besides make it look like a watercolor, it definitely will make it like a permanent watercolor. You can definitely do that with acrylic ink. But I wonder what else I could do with it. It has a little.
Let's see.
Some of these have drop brush I can use. So. These are the Matisse ones. Ouch. There we go. I'm going to run around and blend a little bit, but not too much. I'll put some of this one at the top. Just like we do. On this one, I'll make bright colors. That one was definitely fall colors. This is Sennelier.
I'm just adding a little dish soap to those watercolors I put on the plate, because otherwise it would bead up. And I don't really want it to bead up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Break my neck here, I got so much junk around me. So I'm going to grab a stencil. And pull that watercolor.
I want to try to smooth these. Well, they definitely will smooth out. That's nice. But then that kind of takes away from the property of the mark making of it, but
So we get a nice soft blue there. However, I'm going to alter that a little bit. I've still got this on the plate, so let's see if it's still wet enough that I can grab it.
this Matisse one's not so happy about that. The Matisse one got a little bit mad. So all acrylic ink is not the same.
So which is fine. So now I'm going to use some of this mixed glaze. Let's spread that out. Just get a nice soft warm glow on there, and I'm going to come back and print over the top of that watercolor. And now I have that warm glow on top of the watercolor. It's sealed in because it's got varnish on there. Coffee in hand, yeah. So now I've got this one still. The watercolor is very faint on there, so I think I'm going to add some more color. So let's just put some more color down here. Let's grab, I like this burnt red tone.
Let's pick up some of the excess. That's very wet.
And we'll get a little bit of this complement, which is kind of a yellow green. And we've already got blue on our paper, so I'm just going to take the soap, add a few very light dots, just so it'll spread out on the plate and not bubble up like this. So now we've got our watercolor spread out. I can grab another stencil, put it on there, and print that. On top of that blue one. So we get this. Still got paint underneath there. Come back to this one. It should not reactivate the watercolor that's underneath because it's sealed in with the varnish. So I've got that, but now I want to tone it all down. So I'm going to grab, let's see, where's that? Here we go. This is a blue-gray tone with the varnish in it. Since we're doing our yellow and gray, right? We should gray it out a little bit.
This is so wet.
So I'm going to print that on top and seal that layer. And I'm going to set that aside to dry. Well, actually, I need to put a layer over the top of this too. So let me go with this one on that. This is that yellow tone that's a lot brighter.
Oh, again,
But it's still translucent because we've got it thinned out. I'll put that over the top of this one.
Oh yeah, I managed to make such a mess. It's a talent.
Hi, Cindy. Hi, Arlene. Okay, so you can see how you can see through the layers and seal in your watercolor.
All right. Let's play with more new colors.
Still want to do this. Still want to do that. Just get this stuff off of my brayer.
Yes. I want to open up some spaces on this background so that some other colors can shine through. I don't know if it's dry enough yet. Go on. too much. Way too much. Trying to get orange, red. How about red?
Okay, let that dry.
That's a translucent color.
Let's see, we got that print done. What else do I need here?
See if it's wet enough to pick up.
Let's go back to our watercolors. Get some water down here.
Dill seed and minced onions. She's making bread.
Nice.
Yum.
Ooh, I wonder what that is. That looks like a nice, nice blue, green, phthalo kind of. Oh yeah. I like that one.
These mark making tools are kind of fun. So hardly ever play with them.
Let's get our soap.
I wonder. Hey, come on. No sticking together. I wonder if maybe that would come up on this rice paper. Probably not. Rice paper is great for collage. Oh, maybe. Some of it came up. Surprised.
I think this stencil would look good on that. And we'll get some of our craft paper. Pull that watercolor print. Yeah, she makes some awesome breads. Well, she and Carla are both bread bakers.
I made cinnamon rolls the other day, and they were gone so fast.
Imagine that.
I made my grandma's bread recipe, and I made half of it into buns and half of it into cinnamon rolls, and they were gone.
Yeah, I made coffee cake. My husband doesn't like frosting, but he loves the cinnamon sugar toppings.
Oh yeah, crumble topping.
Yeah, so I made him a coffee cake, and he was a happy camper. Yeah, I think that needs a few more layers of something on there. More color.
This is a weird color. This new one. It almost seems like flesh tone. It's called Maple Yellow Red Light.
Oh, nice. I always like Naples yellow.
Yeah, but it's not yellow. It's
Got a little red in it.
red, and then I guess it's mixed with a translucent white because it's not that opaque. Like these will be pretty together on something.
Sounds pretty.
And this one for the dark. And there's this one that's still not dry. These are nice collage papers.
Well, I'm liking this palette. I don't know why I didn't crack it open before. It's very earthy tones. It's called Woodlands. It's from Prima.
Woodlands. Let's try this weird red light color with some other colors and see what it goes with. What if I mixed it with this oxide green? Can do that. It's going to roll off. Come on. No more scratch paper. Need to get it off my sprayer. Those go well together because they're both kind of a muted color. What else would go with that? Maybe this. Yeah, that goes with it really well. This color is just called pink, and it's an inexpensive Master's Touch color. It's called pink, but yet to me it's coral.
Yeah, it does look coral.
Yeah, I don't know why it's named pink, but it's the brand from Hobby Lobby. Their own.
Oh, okay.
Their own brand. Whoops, I'm making a huge mess over here. Just trying to clean up some paint. Instead, I applied a bunch of paint because all my things are yucky. All right, let's make some marks in that. What shall we use? How about?
So let's do a little bit of this cobalt over the top of that one.
That's fun. I'm not sure where I got this, but it's I made some fun marks. It's like a little 6-pan, I don't know, thing. It's got wells in it. This is a cookie cutter. Appropriate for the season.
Whoops, that slid a little bit.
How about if I just do this with some of these silicone things?
I think the thing I like about doing it this way is the colors are a little more muted and unified in the background. You know, you don't have to tone everything down when you go to using it in a project because it's already done. So when I look at a paper like this, you can see it's just got the subtle texture, but the colors are unified and it's going to work together.
Sometimes I wish that everything didn't dry so stinking fast where I live. Usually it's a benefit, but sometimes it just makes me annoyed. Then I can't do the mark making I wanted to do. All right. Let's get some light.
So let's go for some of these other tones in here. See if we can get more of these earthy browns. You know, brown.
Brown.
Shel's favorite color.
Brown. I did actually buy a couple browns though, Peg.
Did you?
I
I'm so
did.
proud of you.
A red bright brown and which is almost gray, and a sepia or something.
Oh, cool.
I knew I was going to need them.
Yep. They are essential, you know? They really are. The earth has lots of brown in it.
It does. So I can get the whole thing. Oh, it almost came up.
Okay, let's see what this one does. Let's get their dish soap out.
Didn't all come up.
And mix that up a little bit. Go back to that
Every little bit.
same stencil because I love it. And I'm going to add, I think I'll add the parchment paper this time. I think this thing has actually like a finish on it. It seems to be resisting stuff, but I'm going to try it again anyway because I like the texture in it.
My rice paper's tore.
Uh-oh.
I got a big piece torn off of it in the middle of my print. Stuck to the plate.
Hi, Judy.
Meow. But the pattern's fun.
So there's that. And I'm going to put one on just a craft sheet. I can get it out here.
Another new color I got is Persian blue. Very pretty color. Put all the new colors to the pieces.
And let's see, what do I want to seal that in with? Let's do a mixture this time. This one is the burnt umber. Burnt umber, and let's add a little bit of twin gold to that.
Laying around. Here's one of my roll-off papers. I'm gonna fold this stencil through it with the Persian glue. That looks pretty over that. A little bit more. It's one thing you can do with your roll-off paper. You can pull off these from and make them into more collage papers. All right, let's see what we should we put with this. How about some of this oxide green again? It's new. Try that one out with the blue. Maybe another color.
Now, let's just go straight burnt umber.
What else do I want to try? Maybe just put some light blue with it. Maybe I could use the light. How about some of this yellow? Got different yellows around.
Let's try this mask. Over the top of this.
That's just off the stencil. And so that. But I think I'll just use this to pick up. Persian blue. The Persian blue phthalo. Interesting color.
Didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but that's okay. What that means is I'm going to put another layer on.
Seems like there's some stuff left here that I might be able to pick up.
Get my brush here.
It's a good thing I put art guard on my hands.
Oh, you were clever.
I knew it could be one of those messy days. What's this other color? This one is the Van Dyke brown that I said I got. A very dark brown, almost gray.
Yeah.
It's dark. Let's put some on here. See what it thins out like. So if it's just a light coat, it's not as dark, but if you put it on the way, you know, a thick layer, it's very dark. Van Dyke brown. That's all it says. Ah, I see. It looks nice with Prussian blue. So let's see about that. I've got so many stencils laying around on the floor. Guess I could probably use some.
Yeah, that's what happens. It all starts piling up around us.
Like, yeah, if you never put anything away. But who would do something silly like that?
I like that. I like that. But I need to. Let's put this down.
Paper. And what happened to the Prussian blue? Seems to have gone away. And then if I mix it with some lighter blue, where's that one really light? Grr, I don't know. Where is it? Baby blue.
What I did with that tape.
It's not this one, but this one I'll have to do. Have another one that's even lighter. Go a little bit crazy.
I don't know where anything is today. It's hiding.
It's probably on my floor.
Yeah.
With everything else.
Got lonely. It had to come over to your place.
Yep. Because, you know, it's crazy around here. Huh. When Prussian blue gets mixed up with a lighter blue, it turns into what I call country blue.
Oh.
Do you remember back in the day there was
Oh yeah.
there was country blue and pink, like a pink color?
Oh, I did that all wrong. Where's my glue when I need it? Yeah, country blue, and well, this whole house, oh brother, when we moved in here, everything was Pepto-Bismol pink and country blue.
Well, yeah, those were popular in I think it was the 80s. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I've still got the what do you call it? Avocado washing machine.
Oh yeah, yeah. My mom had avocado.
Yeah,
She
and I
painted
had
all of
the
her cabinets.
I had the
avocado.
cocoa or chocolate brown range hood that I just painted out last year. Because
Right
you
now,
know it still works, so you
everything
don't get rid of it because that might be another bottle of paint you could buy.
I watch the home shows and everything wants to be gray now. They're doing everything gray.
Yeah, and in a few years you won't be able to buy anything in gray.
Nope. These are pretty with the combination of the brown and blue. This one. This one has
That was
words.
my problem. I bought some appliances in that almond color, and then they discontinued it. So
Yeah.
you couldn't get anything in the almond.
So I've got some new yellows. This one is called Light Lemon. This one is Permanent Yellow Deep. And this one is Areoline, Areolina, or something.
That one, yeah. I know what you're talking about there.
Like I was going through the colors and I'm like, I've never heard of that one before. I wonder what color that one is. Sometimes you just have to find out.
That's right. Sometimes you do.
I like Permanent Yellow Deep. That's pretty. Yellow. Yellow.
Call me Mellow Yellow.
Lots of yellow.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's fun.
I just realized I need to send my brother a birthday card. I'm a bad sister.
It's like netting. That's fun. I need something to. I don't know what I'm doing for sure. Making a huge mess. That's what I'm doing. What do I want? Maybe I want to make.
Going the wrong way. What are we saying here? I can't. The chat is too far away for me to read, and my never came up on my phone.
Let me look.
Something went wrong. There we go.
Nell said you could tell your brother that you're a bad sister when you're making the card.
Yeah.
Dear brother, sorry I'm such a bad sister.
Thanks, Barb. Oh my gosh. Well, hey, I finally got to the chat. That's something. It's been a struggle today. I'm just saying, it's been a struggle. Can't glue down either.
What else do I want to do to that? I don't know. Maybe some of that new oxide green. I'll combine it with this other green. That's even almost yellow. This one. Crazy light green. Where did that oxide green go? Where did it go? There it is. We also have another green, another new green called sap green. And it looks really dark. Let's see what color that is. Just heard somebody going to the bathroom, and I thought my husband was going to be gone for a long time. I can't imagine that he's back.
So speaking of card making, I had sent a whole bunch of Happy Mail out. And, you know, we got that Happy Mail list in the group. But now I'm getting stuff back that never made it there. So if you did not get Happy Mail and you're on the list, go check your address and make sure that what's in the group is your current address.
You're actually getting some back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it says return to sender unclaimed, unable to forward. Yeah.
Huh.
So I would love to send you stuff, but if I don't have your correct address, I can't do it.
Probably should post in the group. Go check and make sure that your address isn't wrong.
Yep. Yep.
Have a new purple too. Let's try it. I'm using way too much paint. Way too much paint.
Oh, I can't even draw a straight line.
A straight line? What's that?
I don't know, but I guess this is going to become doodled because I couldn't draw a straight line.
Huh.
You know, when you go across something and all of a sudden your pen just has its mind of its own and it goes wherever it wants to. That's what I get.
Yuck. That's a gross color. Oh, looks like I have to pull that twice. So much paint. Peggy says straight lines were so last year.
Oh, Peggy, you're my kind of girl. Love it.
Oh, that's a cool one. I can see that one coming up in a collage. It's got a cool line and pattern on it. This one's the same problem as before. Way too much paint.
Well, I needed this one when we were looking for the hexagon.
You found something that's a hexagon?
Well, evidently because I'm tracing around something that I gel printed and no, it's not a hex. Never mind. I just counted the sides. It's not. I lied.
Octagon instead of hexagon. Hexagon, octagon.
Yeah, the octagon was what we were looking for. Hexagon I got.
Yeah, I got plenty of hexagons.
I just did not have.
That one's interesting. Peggy, that was a Stencil Girl stencil designed by Tracy Bautista. And it is number, let's see if I can read it. It's so dirty. I can't even tell which is front and which is back. L311. I know it was designed by Tracy. It's got play and you and wonder and inspire, imagine, and then it's got these different blocks and flowers. It's a cool stencil. Cool stencil.
Cool beans. Too cool.
So that plastic thing made really interesting marks. This
All right, what did I do with that?
It's something from a packaging or something. Don't even know.
All right, just that fast. I set my pasta pen down and lost it.
And my new yellow colors.
Where did it go?
Would you stop sticking to everything? Ah. Crazy.
Got everything else here.
What else?
Well, I guess I won't use a Posca. I'll use this.
What else did I want to do today? I had plans.
To choose what you have on your desk day.
Oh dear.
Okay, so there's a card. This one, I should cut out a tag or something, I think. I think.
I don't know. It's 11:02. Are we done? What time do we end? Bye, Debbie. Bye, Elaine. I think time's up. I guess no one wants me to watch that one. Wants me to do that. I'll do it. What other new colors? I think I tried all the new colors. Did I try this green? No. Permanent green deep. Oh dear, way too much paint. Way too much paint. Paint came squirting out way too much. Hey, Peg. Where did she go?
What?
I believe time's up.
Our time's up?
Don't we end at 11?
Oh, I guess our time is up. Well, you know. I was just working. So, yeah, I guess our time is up. So, what did we do today? We did a bunch of gel printing.
Yep, that's about it. We did gel printing.
I made a card. And that's it, guys. So, thanks for being here with us. I want to let you guys know that we have an interview coming up on Tuesday with Debbie Cork. So, be sure and come back for that. And have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yep, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
Bye, guys.
Bye.